I don't think a lot of writers can boast of, having a range from a Jawan to a Little Things. They're so different. I heard something very crazy, and you have to verify it. That
Okay.
Atlee saw Little Things, and that is how he cast you in. Like that is how he hired you for Jawan.
I mean, I, I don't know, but what I know is that when I met him, he told me that he's a fan of the show.
Okay.
So I don't know whether he got me on
Oh,
board because he liked Little Things, but I don't think Little Things has anything to do with Jawan.
of course. Yeah.
But I think one of our friends introduced me to him,
Okay.
and he had told him that that this guy has done all of these things. And when he met me, he realized that I have also worked on Little Things, and he told me that
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he tell you what he likes about the show? I'm very curious.
No, because his first film is a love story.
Yeah.
It's called Raja Rani. It's a love story, and he enjoys that space a lot. He has told me that and that whole chemistry between Dhruv and Mithila's character, he enjoyed all of that space a lot.
Okay. So when Atlee and you first met during that meeting, it wasn't for Jawan.
No, it was for Jawan.
It was for
It
Jawan.
was not known as Jawan at that point.
Okay.
It was just an idea.
And Shah Rukh wasn't in the
No,
film.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no. I had no information.
Okay.
Maybe he was already talking. I had no information. What I knew is that he's going to be making a Hindi film.
Okay.
He's planning to make a Hindi film, and he's looking for writers to work with.
Okay.
And I had gone to Chennai to meet him, and I think that's when he told me about Little Things. Okay, I really like that show. He got to know that I've directed it. I told him that I'll be sending the trailer to you whenever it comes out. And we interacted on that. He told me that this is a zone that I'm thinking my film in. The story was still being developed.
Okay.
And then from there on, we kept in touch. And then eventually, when the film, the screenplay was ready, and by that time, the cast was locked. The leading cast was locked. And that's how I got on board after that.
So when that script comes to you and it's Atlee, it's that world, and it's Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
So, do you have to do like that? Does it take another muscle to write those kind of dialogues to kind of play it up,
Yeah.
but also make it seem unique
Yeah.
and interesting?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
No, definitely. I think, as you said, it takes a different muscle because I think we all have different muscles in our body to access. And I knew what I try to also do is, as I told you, I try to understand the core of it. I also try to understand the filmmaker and his meter,
Yeah.
his rhythm. So I went and saw the directors, at least earlier films, to understand how he looks at cinema and what is his grammar. And I knew this is going to be a big film. Shah Rukh sir is going to be playing the leading role. And I knew that this film needs to have a different kind of dialogue. I was coming from, I think before that I was working on Family Man, and I'd worked on 83,
Yeah.
The Hard, and I knew okay, this requires a different kind of muscle. This requires a different kind of rhythm as a dialogue writer. So I tried to first understand it, and then say, okay, again, how will I, as this person who's living in this time and space, do this kind of a film? Because I can't try to recreate something which has been done in the past as a mass film.
Yeah.
I can say, okay, how will I do it? How will I bring my individuality to it? So I try to do that by, be it that whole bit of poem which became कि मैं कौन हूँ कौन नहीं पता नहीं, because I love poetry. So I thought, okay, let me say this same thought in a slightly more poetic way. That whole ungli wala monologue. So I try to bring my own individual way of saying the same thing in a way which is mass,
Yeah.
but also it is contemporary.
Yeah. Speaking of that Ungliwala dialogue, when Shah Rukh won the national award, a lot of people said that it's that monologue did it for him. So of course, I mean, we can talk about the art of writing a monologue, especially when you're like talking to the country
Yeah,
and all. Like your audience is as diverse and as huge as that.
yeah.
But for me, what one of my favorite scenes in the film was the inquiry scene. And I thought that his dialogues there really did it for me. When I don't remember it exactly, but when he says that कि देश के लिए बार बार जान दे देंगे बट तुम देश बेचने वालों के लिए नहीं देंगे.
Yeah.
Which is, that of course you're patriotic, of course you care for the nation, but it can't, like, there's a difference between those who are ruling the nation and the nation itself. It's bigger than anyone else.
Yeah.
So can you just talk a little bit about what did it take different approaches to write those scenes when it's a monologue and when it's, say, within a scene in that context?
No, see, he's talking to this guy, the villain, Kali, who's a businessman who was made these faulty weapons. And because of that, his comrades have been killed. The other soldiers that he went to a mission with, they died because their weapons did not work. And now this villain is again coming and trying to put the blame on the soldiers that they were not trained well. And that's when Azad's character gets flared up and he says, we can, Vikram Rathor's character, gets flared up and says, we are ready to die, but don't blame us. We are ready to die for the country, but not to make profit for you.
Yeah.
So again, it's contextual. He's trying to stray true, and that's the whole thing. He will always put the nation first, but this villain is trying to say as if the soldiers are at the fault, and that's why he says, we are ready to die for the nation, but not to make profit for you.
Yeah. And about the monologue?
For the monologue, I think the longest time we took was to how to say what we want to say. What is the device? Like, I call it a writing device. What is the writing device that we will use?
That was the ungli.
That was the ungli. I think it was just 1 week before the shoot is when I think I wrote. I found that, I think while thinking through, I think I was in Chennai. We were shooting in Chennai. That whole, there was a big jail set made in Chennai, and the whole shoot was there. And the shoot was coming close, and I knew, no, something needs to be done in this, something needs to be done in this, something different has to be there. I think finally I arrived at this thought of ungli, because ungli is used to give vote, and ungli is also used to raise questions. So I thought voting and raising questions should go with each other, because you can vote without thinking, or without raising a question. That's also one way of living. But I thought, let's say, vote and use your finger to vote, but also use the same finger to question. And I think once that happened, I felt, this is aligning. These contradictory thoughts are aligning and making one whole thought. And I think that everybody really liked that thought.